Welcome to EFTM, and today, the brand new iPad Pro, which brings you to center stage. Let me demonstrate. All right, so now what you're looking at here is a screen recording from one iPad to another. And what you'll notice is that someone's moving it. As I walk around, someone's moving the iPad. No one's moving it. Here's the main shot. You can see it's on a tripod. I've set it up on a tripod, but as I move, it follows. So this is what's called center stage, and this is probably the coolest, fun, interesting feature of the brand new iPad, because it means that during a FaceTime call or a Zoom call or a WebEx, whatever it might be, as long as it's compatible with the new iPad center stage, you'll be able to take center stage. You'll be able to stand there and you might be able to demonstrate something. You might be moving around. You might be doing a cooking demonstration. But if you move, it will follow. That's the plan, which is pretty cool. Not a bad little feature. But in the end, what really matters here is what's under the hood of this iPad Pro. So let's break it down and take a look at the mechanics, the inside, and the features of the brand new iPad Pro. So as with previous generations, the iPad Pro comes in 11-inch and 12.9-inch, which gives you that option if this is just a bit big for you. But given the angle here could very well be laptop replacement, that's what makes this a much more desirable product. Now, you can get them in storage up to 2 terabytes. That's a lot of storage space on an iPad. But think about the market for this creative professional, importing video, doing video editing, doing huge creative projects. You need that space. But the USB-C connector on the side is also Thunderbolt enabled now. So you can plug in a Thunderbolt enabled hard drive and have all the storage in the world available to you. What I did was plug in my Thunderbolt drive and drag across a bunch of videos, 4K videos, and was able to edit them there on the iPad. Because the buried lead here is what's under the hood is exactly the same as what's under the hood of this MacBook Pro. So the Apple M1 silicon, the Apple processor, is inside this device. It's a very strange thing to think that they've put the exact same processor in the iPad Pro as is in their MacBook laptops and now the new iMac as well. And look, there's no doubt the performance is there. It's snappy. There's just no lag on anything you want to do on this thing. And that allows you to do high-end gaming or really big, deep creative projects like video editing. You could be editing. I had three layers of 4K footage clipped around and creating a 4K video. Very easy to do and seamless. For me, though, I think the big issue is it's still not a laptop because the software's not the same. Now, that's because I'm an old school laptop computer guy, right? I can't get used to using my finger or an Apple Pencil to do things like clipping videos and things like that. But if you're a digital native and you're learning from scratch, this is, I don't know why you'd need a MacBook Pro for many people if you're just clipping together videos using iMovie. This is absolutely an on-the-go computer. Plus, SIM card slot on the cellular version, 5G connectivity. So we've got 5G speeds, we've got laptop power, we've got everything except the operating system. It's not Mac OS, it's iPad OS, which is a step ahead of iOS because it allows you to do a lot of things like split screen and layering and stuff like that. But it's still not Mac OS. And if it's an M1 processor, why not put Mac OS on it and let me run desktop applications? I mean, that's what it is. So I think we're still in this kind of weird transitional period between iPad OS, Mac OS, and those two coming together. I'm not saying that it should be exactly the same as a Mac. I'm just saying that if it can run the software, let me run it. I mean, we should get to that point. So I think the fact that they call apps universal on the M1 processor on the Mac might indicate that in the future a universal app could well run on these very devices. You'll also notice here the Magic Keyboard now comes in white, which I think is great, but I'm worried it's going to get a bit dirty for my liking. So that is very much a personal choice if you choose to go down that route. Extreme storage, extreme power and performance, 5G connectivity, and the most important thing on this also, the screen. The screen on this has mini LEDs behind it that provide the illumination, and there's like 10,000 of them on the screen for 2,500 dimming zones. Essentially, you're getting an extreme contrast ratio of 1,000,000 to 1 and amazing brightness in the colors. So you're getting the best of both worlds on the screen. Personally, not being a videophile, it's not something I notice. It's not something I'm striving towards. I'm not watching a lot of high-end content on this. You know, I might be streaming Seinfeld or something on Stan. So, you know, I'm not looking for that high-end, but I think people that are in that creative space, wanting to play with HDR content and all that kind of stuff, are going to get the absolute most from this. And when you sit them side by side, there is a stark difference between last year's iPad and this year's screen. So it's a strange one, because I said in my review, you could have just put 5G in the iPad Pro and gone, new iPad, and that would have been enough. But no, 5G, brand new screen, M1 processor, it really is ticking a lot of boxes. It's just, you've got to remember, this is a pro device, not just by name, but by every measure. Remember, there are basic $400+ iPads that do all your streaming and all those things. So this isn't the device that everyone needs, but it's the device that some people absolutely want. For those people, I mean, it's an absolute winner. I don't see myself moving from a MacBook anytime soon, but I can see a lot of people going, actually, the workflows, the apps, the way they work, get right into it. With the M1 processor, this is the most powerful tablet on the market. And I have no qualms about saying that, because I can't imagine you'll find a more powerful tablet, especially bang for your buck. Prices and all the details are on the website. And I think it'll appeal to a heck of a lot of prosumers out there.